Hey, so I wanted to share something that is what I'm thinking now, and there's all these correlations in my mind, making links with one another, all these feelings, thoughts, whatever, links. And well, this morning I was talking to Julian. Julian was telling me about this patient that he has, is addicted to alcohol. And this patient, he's been drinking since he's 17, and now he's 57. He has some companies, he lost them. He lost his family. He has no friends. He moved here just to see what to do. I don't know. And he doesn't want to stop drinking. He still drinks. He's trying to slow it down, but still he says he doesn't want to stop. He wants to drink all of his life. And Julian asked him, what is that you are lacking in your life? And he said, the thing that I lack the most is love. It broke my heart to hear that. But then I just knew that it was love for himself. He was lacking love for himself. That's why he was destroying himself. He was not up to real healing for his body, for himself to recover. And that was he was attracting in his life. That lack of love. He has no friends. His family left him. So then I knew, I was like, there's so many people suffering. There are so many people suffering, Julian. And I said, I was one of them a few years ago. Since I was a teenager, I remember, because I always journaling my life, so I remember me journaling about how depressed I was and how sad I was. At the same time, I was like this happy person. Depressed people are very happy people too. Have you seen that? So yeah, I was suffering, and then yesterday I was reviewing all my, not all, but sometimes I write in my notes in my cell phone, all these notes that I write about whatever. And there was this note that I wrote where I was saying that I was writing how sad I was, and I'll see if I can show it now. Well, just I found it here. It was 2017. My soul is trapped in the feelings of this body. And again, that was February 15, 2017. July 5th, 2017. Suddenly nothing matters. Suddenly I don't want to go on. Suddenly I want to be alone. And then it was a long note, but I don't want to read all of it because it would be too long. But it started by, I surrender. I have fought you all my life, only with the transient illusion of winning my battle against you. I surrender. I cannot keep suffering. How can I stop this? I want you to disappear. Who are you? You have been invisible, making me think that I was you. Well, it goes on, but then it ends up kind of like, who are you, horrible monster? Who are you, random unknown? I want to obliterate your existence, but I can't, because your chains are all over me. I am like a horse. You drive me and I'll say yes, so the suffering stops. I'm your slave and I have no power to battle you. Well, it was a little bit longer than that, but much longer than that. But the point is that I was suffering, and I was realizing all of this stuff back then, those days. And after psychedelics, there was this deep understanding of all of what I was saying, and in the capacity of applying all that I was seeing. And it's very interesting. I could talk about those, what I wrote there deeper, but now what I mean is that I was there I was like those people, and now I'm here. I'm a different being now. It's so cool. And I told you on the trip how I do, like, this is me, my body. Around my body, there's these feelings that are like, I think that I am those feelings, right? Because that's what I feel. But then there's outside that, there's the observer. That's the real me. That's me observing those feelings, observing that body. And I have learned to get out of this trap of my feelings and go out and observe those feelings. And we know that, we have talked about it a lot, but I have learned to do it, to really do it. Before it was more theoretical. I was observing a lot myself, and it helped me a lot. It has been a path of healing. So now the fact of observing myself, then, well, I observe myself, but I don't stay just there. I go and play with my emotions. I pay attention to them. I go play with my emotions. I see them. I submerge in them. I take a plunge. And sometimes it's scary. And then I even now I'm dancing with my emotions. Something, sometimes physically, sometimes just in my mind. Dancing and moving, it's fun. So learning every time something more about that. And I think many of human beings are trapped in that little bubble of body and emotions, feelings. And maybe we go out and see that from this higher perspective, to see it from the higher perspective. I talked that to Jan after you left, Karen, to see from the higher perspective, be higher. And so I have learned, I have the ability, the capability now to do it thanks to psychedelics, I think. And now it's an act of observation and realization, and just paying attention, right? That's a work that I've been doing for years of working, of training my mind, and maybe years, I say all my life. And now I know that it's a matter of trust, of flow, of easiness. So I was worried at the end. I've already told you that, but I was worried about Chen at the end, because I was like, oh, he's leaving, and how can I help? I want to be an instrument of healing. And God right away brought me this story that I told you about stop trying. This is not your work. This is not your job, little Catiano. I am working behind the curtains. You don't know. You don't see that as this role. But I am working behind the curtains. This is theater, but behind the curtains there are people, there are things working. So the next image of this movie appears. Oh. There are people working behind those curtains, and people, beings, energies, whatever. And he said, trust that I'm doing that. Because I was afraid, I'm afraid lately of stuff, of myself, of how I react, and how I have the power of breaking all my stability and my happiness. And that scares me. When I see the fear, I'm like, wow. And he's like, observe it. It's all right. I am in control. I am doing, I am working. Things keep flowing. Things keep moving. We are in this flow of movement. Flowing. Ups and downs. The dance. The beautiful dance. And so I wanted to share that. I love you. Each of you. Give you kiss here. I love to kiss here. Bye, my beautiful, beautiful people.